Namaste. Welcome to this short, vigorous practice for the throat chakra. Today we're going to do some postures for the area around the throat chakra, which is the top of the shoulders and the neck. We're going to do a little bit of sun salutationing with emphasis in that area and finish with the shoulder stand series. So I've got a few props here. For those of you who prefer not to do a full shoulder stand, I will demonstrate how to do one on a bolster, which will give you the sensation of being upside down and similar benefits, but without perhaps the risks associated with doing a full shoulder stand. And for those of you who do like to do the shoulder stand, I should be using one of these really big blocks today. This is the same as 4 of the foam blocks put together, and it's called a shoulder stand platform, but you can affect the same, you can have the same effect rather by using a folded blanket or 2 or some folded towels, something that gives you a little bit of lift. So if you need to get some props ready for later, then go do that and join me on your mat when you're ready. We're going to begin with just a little bit of limbering, and the full description of the throat chakra and its attributes and balanced and imbalanced properties is in the description underneath this video. So let's start with the feet nice and far apart, a little softness in the knees, finding lift through the center of the body, engaging the belly muscles and gently twisting from side to side. And as you do this practice, take your awareness to that space where your neck and shoulders join. Find a connection with the energy center we're working with today. I like to think of it as in the hollow at the front of my body, but of course the chakra goes through to the back as well. The spinous process that sticks out the most in the back of the body, where the neck joins the torso. In the upper back is around about that area is good too. As you're swinging from side to side or twisting, allow the arms to be really loose so you get a little traction across the shoulders. Allow your head to follow your movement so your chakra, particularly the throat chakra, remains aligned with the rest of the spine. If you wish to, you can pivot on your feet. Doesn't matter which direction you pivot. Some people like to pivot towards their turned foot. Some people prefer to pivot away from. And if you want to, you can add a soft bounce in the knees. It's always worth doing Kati Chakrasana before you start your practice for the alignment of the chakras, a gentle freeing of energy to move between them, and releasing postural tension. When you're ready, you can let your bounce go, and then bring your feet to steadiness and allow your body to lose its momentum a little at a time. Speaking clearly is all about the throat chakra, but so bear with me today if I fumble my words. When you come back to center, rolling your shoulders, just getting a little movement through the shoulders and the tops of the shoulders, particularly this area where the shoulders and the neck meet. Rolling forwards as well. And then when you're ready, come to a center standing point. If you wish to take Tadasana, have the feet a little bit closer together, that's absolutely fine. Turning the palms forward and feeling that length, not just in the front of the body, but also down the sides of the neck and the back of the neck. The shoulders are set low, the shoulder blades gliding down the back. With this length, you can allow your chin to drop a little forward and just feel what happens in the back of the neck, and then bring the head back to a centered position over the rest of the body. And if it takes you a few moments to find that centered position, just finding neutral for your head. From this neutral position, we're going to roll the chin towards the chest, and then roll the right ear towards the right shoulder, chin back to the chest, and left ear to left shoulder. Just a little bit side to side. Noticing how that feels through the area of your throat chakra. And if you feel inclined, you can roll the head in circles, just taking care to work in a way that is useful for your neck. Not straining, pressing, pushing. The next time your chin comes to your chest, you can roll in the opposite direction. Nice and steady movements. The next time your chin comes to your chest, roll your head back to center, free the arms again for a little bit of rolling backwards and forwards. And we're going to take the fingertips to the shoulders, maybe with the feet just a little wider, to do a little bit more opening of this area of the upper body. So with the fingertips towards the shoulders or on the shoulders, tucking the chin down just a touch to roll like a front crawl through the shoulders and the chest, and also the torso here. So firming the belly, just finding that movement through the upper body particularly. You can see that perhaps notice in your body that your hips are moving as well, maybe your feet a little, your knees. When you're ready, reverse the motion, taking the elbows back, looking up, backward circles, still a little twisting from side to side, freeing that space in the front of the body between the chin and the chest. And when you're ready, coming back in the forwards direction, just for a few rounds. And going back in the backwards direction, going back to the backwards direction. And when you're ready, coming back to center, relaxing the arms down to the side, just rolling the shoulders. Our final preparation for the shoulders and the neck as well involves a little bit of the chest, and it's very difficult to work with the throat chakra without the chest, the heart chakra, and without the third eye as well. So we interlace the fingers in front of the body, stretch the backs of the hands away, scoop the belly in, chin to chest, round through the back, really press the hands away. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then here, standing tall, bringing the head back to a neutral position, press the palms away, lift the arms over the head and lift through the shoulders, and then settle the shoulders down. Lift through the shoulders and then settle the shoulders down. From here, firm in the belly, just gently swaying from side to side. Keeping that space in the front of the body, at the throat, in the back of the neck, in the sides of the neck. One more time to each side. And then returning to center, separating the hands, letting them come down behind the body, interlacing the fingers behind the body and rolling your shoulder blades towards each other. Now here, if you keep your elbows bent and draw your elbows towards each other and the palms together, you get a very different sensation in the front of the body than if you just sag into your wrists, let the palms come apart and lengthen the arms. But both might be useful for you. So explore a little bit here what works best. Rolling the shoulder blades, the elbows and the palms towards each other. Taking care not to counterbalance by dropping your chin forwards. And then lengthening the arms a little. You might be able to do that by keeping the palms together as well. Just lifting the hands slightly away from the buttocks. Releasing down. We're going to slide the left hand to the right hip behind the body and tuck the right elbow in like a wing. And then here, look to the right shoulder, keeping the chin parallel to the floor. Return the head to the center. Take the right ear to the right shoulder, sorry. And return to center. And then drop the chin towards the chest. Make a quarter turn, right ear to right shoulder. Maybe chin turns slightly up. Back to the center, chin to chest. Return to upright. Release the hands, roll the shoulders release the hands away from the hip, roll the shoulders towards each other. Lengthen and then draw the right hand to the back of the left hip. Tuck the left elbow in, stand tall, retract the chin. Turn to look over the left shoulder, chin parallel to floor. Return to center, left ear to left shoulder. Nice. Return to center and chin to chest. Roll the left ear towards the left shoulder, maybe the chin slightly up. And then returning to center, head upright. Release the hands back behind you, roll the shoulder blades towards each other, maybe lift the arms one more time before separating the fingers and drawing the arms down to the sides. You can roll your shoulders to release any tension a few times in each direction. And you can do those postures behind the body with a belt if it makes it more comfortable. When you're ready, joining me at the front of your mat for some sun salutations. So feet underneath the hips, turning the palms forward, standing tall, finding that lift down all sides of the neck, front, back, and left and right. Take a deep breath in. Breathing out, draw your hands towards the center of the chest. Breathe in, reaching up, looking up, lifting that space between chin and chest. And as you exhale, folding forward, soft in the knees, and come into a standing forward bend. We're going to hold this first one. So here you can paddle through the legs a little bit if it feels comfortable, or you might like to hold elbow to elbow, really relax the back of the neck, and just gently turn the head from one side to the other. And in the center, maybe nodding backwards and forwards. You can do that a few times. Excuse me, I caught a cough. And there we are. And when you're ready, placing the hands down and stepping back with the right foot, taking the right knee to the mat, opening your chest as you look forward, keeping that space between chin and chest open, and then holding your breath in plank pose. And this is important, exhaling knees, chest, and chin to the floor to open that space underneath the throat. From here, pointing your toes, roll the shoulder blades towards each other, firm the belly and the buttocks, and inhale into a low cobra, elbows close to the body, shoulders down. Exhaling through hands and knees, if you need to, into downward facing dog, and taking a few moments to paddle in your dog, little wriggle, maybe a turn of the head from side to side, wriggle through the shoulders as well. And allowing the weight of the head to be traction on the neck. So we don't want to let the head relax completely, so it just falls between the arms towards the head floor. Want to keep it between the upper arms as we turn from side to side. Slightly above is okay too, depends on your shoulders. When you're ready, softening both knees. Inhale as you step your right foot forward, opening your chest to look forward, shoulder blades back and down. Exhale, both feet to the front, hands to feet and head to knees. Lift the belly to come up. Inhale, look forward. Reach the arms out and up, reaching the arms over the head. And exhale, hands to heart, palms together. Inhale as you stand tall, turning the palms forward. Exhaling, hands to heart. Firm belly and buttocks. Inhale, look up. Lift that throat chakra space. Exhale as you fold, so, drawing the belly in. Inhale, step the left foot back, knee to the mat, opening your chest as you look forward, and then holding in your breath as you come to plank pose. Look ahead of the mat. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Point the toes. Inhale as you roll the shoulder blades towards each other. Take a more neutral neck position in cobra. Exhale, hips up, heels down into downward facing dog, and continue to paddle through the back of the body, lengthening the legs, wiggling the hips, turning the head, wiggling the shoulders, whatever feels good to find space in the back of the body. When you're ready, you can soften the knees and inhale as you step the left foot forward, opening your chest, looking forward. Exhaling both feet to the front, hands to feet and head to knees. Then to come up, inhale, look forward, lift the arms, chest and head. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Inhale, stand tall for round 2, palms facing forward. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale as you fold. Soften the knees if needed. Inhale, right foot back, knee to the floor as you open your chest, looking forward. And then holding your breath in plank pose, look ahead of the mat. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Point your toes, inhale into a low cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. In your down dog, walk or wiggle in your down dog for as long as you need to. It might be every round. And anytime you want to, you can hold with the heels towards the floor, pressing the chest towards the thighs, scooping the belly in, finding length down the neck in every direction. When you're ready, softening your knees. Inhale as you step your right foot forward, opening your chest. Exhaling both feet to the front, hands to feet, head to knees. Inhale to come up, look forward, look up. Exhale, hands to heart, neutral neck. Inhale, release the hands, palms turned forwards. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, step the left foot back, knee to the mat. Hold your breath in plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, a low cobra, firm in the belly and buttocks. Exhale, downward facing dog. And hold for about 3 breaths. Wiggle if you need to wiggle, hold still if you prefer. When you're ready, you can soften your knees. Inhale, step the left foot forward, open your chest. Exhale, both feet to the front, very relaxed in the back of the neck in your forward bend. Inhale to come up, use the head. And exhale, hands to heart. So we've done 2 preparatory warming up rounds, and we're going to add some little extras to them now. So start by standing tall in Tadasana again. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhale, reaching up. And this time, as you exhale, folding into your forward bend and then reaching the hands behind the body to interlace the fingers. Allow your breath to find a natural rhythm, a touch of softness in the knees, and let your arms come over your back towards your head for Dvikonasana. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Release the hands down. And as you inhale, step back with the right foot, knee to the mat, and then allow your breath to find its natural rhythm as you come into an upright lunge. And we're going to breathe in, raising the arms over the head and looking up. Breathing out, arms back to the sides. Breathing in, raise the arms up, press into the feet, find firmness in the belly and buttocks. Breathing out, arms to the sides. One last time, breathing in. Breathing out and all the way down to the mat. Breathe in as you lengthen your back leg. Hold your breath in plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale into a low cobra and then hold as you exhale and come a little higher if you're able to. Hold for your next deep breath in. And as you breathe out, come all the way down, forehead to the floor this time. Tuck the toes and inhale into downward facing dog. Come through hands and knees if you need to. Take a moment in your down dog, allowing the knees to be soft enough to let your back be comfortable, or keep paddling in your heels. Take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. And soften both knees. Inhale as you step the right foot forward, opening your chest to look forward. Exhale, both feet to the front, hands to feet, head to knees. Inhale to come up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, stand tall in your Tadasana position, palms forward. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up and look up. Exhale, as you fold, reach the hands behind the body, interlace the fingers. Inhale, roll the shoulder blades towards each other. Exhale, just find the length down the back of the neck. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, release the hands down. Inhale, step the left foot back and take your knee to the mat. As you exhale, press into the feet, come into an upright position. Allow your breath to find its natural rhythm. Firm in the belly and the buttocks and the feet. Breathe in, reach the arms forward. Look up, find that space in the back of the neck. Breathing out, bringing the head to a more neutral position. Breathing in, reaching up, looking up. Breathing out and arms down to the sides. Last time, breathing in. Breathing out. Take the hands all the way to the floor. Breathe in as you lengthen your left leg and hold your breath in plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale into cobra pose. Come up as high as feels comfortable with the elbows bent, the shoulders down, belly and buttocks and feet firm. And breathe as you hold. As you exhale, release the forehead down to the floor. Tuck your toes. Inhale into downward facing dog. And take a few minutes here, just finding a comfortable spot, maybe gently turning your head from side to side. Keeping this pose a little bit more mobile helps to wriggle out any tension that we create from the practice. Any effort. When you're ready, bending both knees, inhale as you step the left foot forward, opening the chest to look forward. Exhale, both feet to the front, hands to feet, head to knees. Inhale to come up, looking forwards and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Release the arms, take a moment to adjust clothing if needed. I seem to inch forward on my mat, so I'm going to inch myself backwards a little bit. We're going to do one more round, and this time we're going to use that clasp of the hands behind the body in our upright lunge and in a pyramid pose at the end of the practice. So just come along with me. Let us try it together. Standing in Tadasana, turning the palms forward. Find that length and lift. Inhale. Exhale, the hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Standard forward bend as you exhale. Inhale, step the right foot back, knee to the mat, and then allow your breath to find its natural rhythm. Press into the feet to come up to standing. Reach the arms around behind the body. Roll the shoulder blades towards each other. And we're going to first lengthen the hands down to open the chest, pressing into the feet, and then come back to an upright position. Lengthening down, opening the chest, opening that space underneath the chin and back to upright. And this time staying upright, but lifting the arms away from the buttocks first and then lengthening down. Maybe your hands come towards your back heel and come back to upright. Release the hands, come forward, lengthen the back leg and hold your breath in plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. And we're going to this time reach the arms behind the body with the forehead on the floor and interlace the fingers again. Same process, we press down with all of the things that we normally press down with, pubic bone, feet, firming belly and buttocks, roll the shoulder blades towards each other. And as you inhale, lengthen the arms to lift the head and chest and exhale down. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Exhale, forehead to the floor. This time, feet up too. Inhale, lift everything. And exhale down. Separate the hands. Take them underneath the shoulders. Come through an extended child's pose if you would like to. Forehead can touch the floor again. and then up into downward facing dog. And in your downward dog, just give yourself a little bit of a wriggle. Then, softening both knees, inhale the right foot forward. We're going to take the back heel to the floor and try to lengthen both legs in pyramid pose here. If that's difficult, keep the knees bent, bring your hands to your hips, pressing into the legs first, and then lengthen your legs a little bit more if you'd like to. If you've got your hands down, you can try interlacing the hands behind the body, rolling the shoulder blades towards each other and bringing the forehead or the chin towards your knee. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Releasing the hands down from whichever position you're in, just pivoting on that back heel, softening your knees and stepping both feet to the front for a standing forward bend. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Firm the buttocks, firm the belly rather. Look forward, reach the arms out. Reaching up, you can firm your buttocks if you like. And exhale, hands to heart. Same thing on the other side, but interlacing the fingers the awkward way. Turn the palms forward as you inhale, stand tall. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up, and it's a standard forward bend as we exhale. Inhale, step the left foot back, take to the knee to the mat, and then just breathe normally, pressing into the feet to bring yourself into an upright lunge. Take the hands behind the body, interlace the awkward way. Roll the shoulder blades towards each other, firm feet, belly, and buttocks. Reach the arms down to open your chest, and then come back to a more neutral spot. Inhaling as you reach down, exhaling back to neutral. This time, we're going to inhale, lift the arms away from the back first, and then exhale as we reach the hands back. Inhale back to the center, release the hands, place the hands on the floor. Inhale, lengthen the back leg. Hold your breath in plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Here, soften the forehead towards the floor rather, and then just reach the arms behind the body and interlace the awkward way again. Firm the belly, buttocks, pubic bone and feet down. Roll the shoulder blades towards each other. Inhale as you lift head, chest and arms. Exhaling down. Inhaling that lift coming from the space behind the neck. Exhaling down. This time, rolling the shoulder blades, lifting the feet as well as you inhale up. And exhale down. Release the hands, take them underneath the shoulders. Take yourself through an extended child's pose, maybe with the forehead on the floor, before you come up into downward facing dog. Give your down dog a little bit of a wiggle, maybe turning your head from side to side, a little softness across the shoulders, the hips, the legs, and then a softness in the knees to step the left foot forward. We're going to firm the right foot into the floor. If you need to here, soften both knees, bring your hands to your hips first. If you're happy with the legs long and the hands on the floor, that's great. Take the hands behind the body. If you can, interlace the awkward way, roll the shoulder blades towards each other and bring the chin or the nose, I guess, forehead towards the front knee. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Release the hands down, soften the knees, pivot on your back toe and step into a standing forward bend. Here, because it's our last forward bend of the series, we're going to hold elbow to elbow. Allow the back of the neck to be long, maybe just gently turn the head from side to side. You can have your legs straight if you want to, but a little softness across the knees is perhaps more useful. Maybe nodding the head as well. And then when you're ready, releasing your hands down, and you can roll up or you can hinge up as we normally do. But I'm going to roll up today. So soft knees, scoop the belly in, chin towards the chest. Allow the body to uncurl to upright. As you come to upright, if you're dizzy, stay here. If not, breathe in, reach the arms over the head, looking up and breathing out, hands to the center of the chest. Take a moment, relax the arms to feel the effect of your practice. And notice where you've got different sensations in the body. You will also notice if you've overdone anything, this is the time when you'll notice. And then next time when you practice, you can go a little bit more gently. And ideally, you would never notice that we've overdone a thing. That's all good. I've got a little jiffy back at the moment, so I'm going to do a little hip circling, which is nice. But feel free to release in any way that feels good. Maybe some wrist circles, some shaking of the arms and legs, the shoulders, the hips, whatever works for you. So if you wanted to, you could finish the practice here, take a relaxation and be done. But if you want to join me for a shoulder stand, I will show you how to do this practice on the bolster first and then on the platform. So you can watch if you'd like to, you can join in if you prefer. So I'm going to place the platform there, so it's ready. And so the first thing, if you're going to use a bolster, is just to make sure that the filling of your bolster is even from side to side. So often we use it with it shaken down or otherwise unevenly distributed. So just make sure that your bolster is even. And if you don't have a bolster, a couple of sturdy books would do here as well, for the most part anyway. So what we're going to do first is lie down in constructive rest. So I need to just move this hair out of the way. Feet on the floor, knees bent. So the back can find a really neutral spot and a neutral shape against the floor, releasing the arms nice and wide. This is the perfect opportunity to let go of any tension that you might have, maybe doing a little sway of the knees from side to side, keeping the belly nice and firm. Or in the center, gently turning your head from side to side. So we tend to do that in yoga classes quite a lot. We look around and move our heads as we look around. But when you're doing the shoulder stand series, it's really important not to move your head when you're in the postures. So the first thing we do is a supported bridge pose. So bringing the heels quite close to the body, lifting the hips and sliding the bolster underneath the back of the pelvis. And if you wanted to, you can just do a standard bridge pose, no problem at all. And here you can feel that the weight of the body has come towards the very top of the back, the very top of the shoulders, the back of the shoulders. And we can keep our arms down by our sides, holding onto the bolster if you'd like to, or simply allow the palms to be turned upwards. There are all kinds of variations of this pose, and we've done lots in other classes. But for today, I'm not going to demonstrate any further variations here. So you can take a few deep breaths or choose some variations if you prefer. And just make sure here that there's no tension in the back of the neck. You still have a little freedom to sway the nose a little bit side to side, up and down, without feeling any strain. And then if you want to practice the shoulder stand variation, you bend one knee into your chest and then the other. Firm your belly muscles, bring your thighs towards each other and lift the legs up towards the ceiling. The soles of the feet, not turning your head, although I just did, the soles of the feet pointing up towards the ceiling itself. And here, finding the right position for your legs might take some time. So you want to feel like you've got the weight of the legs straight down through the back of the pelvis into the bolster. And you might feel better if the legs are tipped slightly more towards you. That for me doesn't feel very secure. And if you're tipped too far away, you'll be straining across your abdomen and your hip flexors here at the front of the thighs. If you need to, you can soften your knees and bring your thighs together. And that's okay. There's no need to have the backs of the legs straight here. In the gentle video for this chakra, there is a legs up the wall version, which is even more supported for those of you who would prefer that. Take a couple of deep breaths, focusing on that space between the chest and the chin, in front of the body and across the length of the back of the neck behind the body. Gaze towards your toes and make sure that they're nice and relaxed by giving them a little wiggle. And then whenever you're ready, you can bend your knees into your chest, take one foot down and then the other, taking bridge pose for another 5 or so deep breaths. Then when you're ready to release, you can lift the hips, slide the bolster out from underneath the body and take the hips down to the floor. Allow yourself to rest in constructive rest for a few breaths before you move, just to allow your body to rebound. And then the counter pose for this, done also with the bolster, is fish pose over the bolster. And for this, you want the filling of your bolster down at the handle, at the end away from your handle, or if you don't have a handle, just down to one end. Allow your bolster to be along the length of your mat. Draw it as close to your low back and buttocks as possible, and then recline over it. You can either keep the knees bent with the feet on the floor, or extend the legs as you choose. Arms are open to the sides with the palms turned upwards, making just sure that that feels relaxed in the elbows. Feeling the openness all down the front of the body, but particularly the difference in the space between the chin and the chest and in the back of the neck from our previous posture work. So a different position for those areas, particularly across the throat chakra. And here you would rest for around about 10 breaths. Now, because I'm going to show you a different variation, I'm not going to rest for 10 breaths, but you can choose to if you would like to. And if you are working with a platform, or if you've got a couple of blankets to do a different variation of the shoulder stand, then you can bring your platform to the fore. So before we do a full shoulder stand, it's useful to note that shoulder stand isn't for everyone. So if you've had a whiplash injury or a similar injury to the neck and shoulders, and you feel that that area is still fragile, then you might want to rest out of this and take either legs up the wall or the previous bolster supported shoulder stand. Similarly, if you have unmedicated high blood pressure or very low blood pressure, so you would be dizzy in the downward facing dog, this is not for you. And if you get pressure in your eyes, suffer from detached retina or glaucoma, again, not for you. And with all postures, if it feels like it's not right for you, then it almost certainly isn't. And please seek the guidance of your yoga teacher, because that's what we're for. So for the shoulder stand on the platform, when you lie down onto your platform, you want to make sure that you've got a little bit of space between the tops of the shoulders and the edge of the platform, so that the edge of the platform isn't pressing onto your neck, but when you roll up, your shoulders have got somewhere to roll, because we're going to roll onto the tops of the shoulders. And then the arms come down by the sides. It's useful to have your hair out, and remember not to move your head from side to side. And then here, there are different ways to come into it. So you can roll the hips off the floor, or you can come up into bridge pose and then take the hands underneath the body and come up from there. Or you can roll into a plow pose and come up. So I'm going to probably roll to a soft plow to come up. So holding onto the sides of the mat, lifting the hips up, just taking the feet over, checking that it feels comfortable, and then placing the hands onto the back somewhere above the buttocks to draw the feet up towards the ceiling, and just support yourself in a slightly bendy version of the posture to begin with. If you feel your support isn't in quite the right place, then you can come down and adjust, just making sure that you feel comfortable and supported on the support behind you. When you're ready, you can draw the elbows towards each other, the shoulder blades towards each other, and lengthen the feet up towards the ceiling, supporting the hands more towards the space between the shoulder blades rather than the space behind the hips. Breathe deeply. Keep the legs a little bit active, but the feet nice and soft. You can wiggle your toes a little bit. You can soften the legs completely if you like, if you feel stable to do so. There's lift in the back of the body, and particularly between the shoulder blades, a gentle lift of the chin, the chest towards the chin. Try to hold for 5 breaths, but if you need to come down, that's okay. If you're happy holding and you want to do some variations for plow, then leave your left heel extended up to the ceiling and draw your right foot down towards the floor beyond your head. If you want to, you can use a chair so you've got something to come down to if you can't come down to the floor. No worries, or you can let the leg hover. Lift the right leg up again, and then pressing the right heel up, lengthen the left toes down towards the floor. You can do a couple of these from side to side, just taking care to keep extending through both heels. It's like doing leg lifts, and in fact, advancing yogis do leg lifts this way rather than lying on the floor. When you're ready, you can try bringing both feet down. Only do that if your feet reach the floor or some support behind you. And then when you touch to the floor, you can let go of your back, hold on to your mat or interlace the fingers and lengthen the arms down to the mat behind you or the block behind you. Plow is easier to do with the feet further apart. So if that feels awkward with the feet together, take the feet further apart, or you can soften the knees and bring the knees down either side of the ears for a little plow variation. Couple of deep breaths. Wherever you end up. And when you're ready, you can hold on to your back again and gently bring your legs up one at a time, or both at the same time if you prefer, into your shoulder stand pose. Once you've done plow, you might find that you can find a little extra space in your shoulder stand and adjust your hands, your chest more towards your chin. And then from here, you can either roll down or you can try waving from plow to bridge pose. So from plow, taking one foot all the way over to the floor, floating on with your other foot as a little bit of counterbalance, hands onto the back with the thumbs on the outside, fingertips pointing towards each other, otherwise you will dislocate your thumbs. When you come back, you simply press off the foot, float the lead foot back towards the plow, and then come back into plow pose. Readjust your hands if needed, and then do it with the other leg. So the other leg leads forwards into, or backwards rather, into bridge pose, pressing into the feet, really feeling that beautiful openness across the front of the body, and then floating back into plow pose. If you want to, you can do this with both feet, and I usually can, but my back's bothering me a bit today. I'll give it a go, why not? Okay, both feet up, into your shoulder stand, and then bending both knees, and as gently, that wasn't as gentle as usual, gently as you can, both feet to the floor. Take a few breaths here in your bridge pose. If you want to go for a half wheel, you can reach towards your ankles and hold on. I don't think I'm going to do that today. When you're ready, you can work your hands out from underneath the body and gently roll down onto your back. Take your feet slightly further away from your buttocks for a moment. Release the arms out to the side. feel that space in the front of the chest and throat opening a little. And take a couple of deep breaths. We want to avoid lifting the head off the floor immediately. We want to give an opportunity for the blood to get back to the places it's used to being, like the feet. So if you want to take a Shavasana here, you can. If you're on your platform and you find it a bit awkward to be up here, by all means, take your opportunity to roll to one side and move your platform out of the way before rolling back onto your back again. And once you've done that, you can perhaps turn the head gently from one side to the other. And if you find that you've got a lot of sensation in the back of your neck, which I sometimes do because I don't really practice shoulder stand very often, I find it quite a stretchy position for me, then that sensation that I've got is actually having held the head in that position for so long. It's not pain, it's not discomfort, it's just slightly awkward, stretchy, released feeling. And our counter pose is, of course, fish pose, which we're going to do as an active fish because we've done an active shoulder stand. But you could do easily fish over the bolster. So for fish pose, rolling one arm underneath the body, back of the hand is where the buttocks end up, and then the other, so palms turn downwards. We're rolling the elbows as close towards each other as we can, just as we did when we were in the shoulder stand, trying to get the elbows towards each other, upper arms towards each other. As you extend your legs and your buttocks fall on the backs of your wrists or hands, you can already feel there is lift in the front of the body. There's a drawing together of that space between the shoulder blades. And we're just going to come into fish pose from here. So pressing into the hands, sit up as high as you can. On your elbows, lift your chest up and very gently release your head back behind you towards the floor. We don't really want weight into the top of the head, but the top of the head might just graze the mat. And then here, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other, creating that lift in the front of the body. Really supportive, mouth closed, breathing deeply, don't turn your head from side to side. If you wish to, you can fold your legs into a cross-legged position or leave them extended if you prefer. Hold for at least 5 breaths, 10 if you can. When you're ready to release out, look up, chin towards the chest and roll gently down. Then very gently release the arms out from underneath the body and take a moment to lie in Shavasana. So lie all the way flat. Feel the sensations of releasing that posture, the effect of it. Roll your head gently from one side to the other as slowly as you can. And if you wish to, you can do a further counter pose by taking the hands underneath the back of the head, drawing the elbows towards each other and using the arms, not the neck, lift the head off the floor to look towards your feet. And then gently turn to look under one arm and back to the center, and turn to the opposite side and back to the center. Lift the head just a touch more and release all the way down, supporting all of the time with the hands until you release the weight of the head to the floor, and then another gentle turn from side to side. Fish pose, Matsyasana, is the perfect gateway posture for relaxation. You maybe feel that as you lie now on the floor. So take this opportunity to rest here for 7, 10, 15 minutes if you can. softening all of the effort of your practice. Letting go of any tension from across your throat with a little sighing or humming. I will leave you here relaxing. Thank you for joining me in this practice. Namaste.